Hello. The second future direction in which we see leadership development going is from one-size-fits-all to personalized. In many areas of the economy, the idea of a one-size-fits-all Fordian factory model is being challenged, and leadership development is no exception. First of all, the very idea that we have one leadership profile is being challenged. Increasingly, our clients are realizing that there are several profiles of leaders that are actually necessary, and on a team, just like on a soccer team, you need different players, some playing offense, some playing defense. Same on your leadership team. You're going to increasingly need to think about the composition of the team as opposed to individual leadership strengths only. Second, leaders need different things, and they're all at different stages of their development. So the notion that everybody needs the same leadership development process is also increasingly being changed. And the one beautiful thing is that in the age of AI, we can actually create individualized learning paths at scale so that every leader can actually get their own individual path. And increasingly, companies are understanding that leadership is actually going deeper in the organization. So increasingly, every employee is seen as a leader, and every employee can get the benefit of individualized personal coaching that was once available only to leaders. I remember the CEO of Skillsoft at Davos who said that in his line of work, people advance by getting leadership coaching. It used to be that only your best people can get it. Now everyone can get it. How are companies applying that today with the help of AI?
Two companies actually come to mind when we're talking about personalization. Hilton stands out through its approach. They were one of the first companies to acknowledge leadership archetypes, and they took action to be able to ensure that every leader is able to lead and express themselves in the way that best fits them. And in terms of execution, it would be BMO. They have this platform that considers your career path, your personal journey that you're on, your skills, your interests, basically everything that could go into your development journey to create profiles for you. And they also outline these career paths that are dynamically changing based on every data that is being collected on you. So that would be the principle for Hilton and the execution for BMO.
I find it fascinating that in a lot of these personalized programs and tools that are being developed, there is really a very practical application of principles of neuroscience and behavioral economics and cognitive science. Sabrina, can you give us some examples of that?
Certainly. I think especially hinging off of Lal, the point you made on really basing the development journey off of inputs that are familiar to leaders already, such as their development goals, etc. It reminds me of this concept of layering learning and building richer mental models through that. So what we mean by that is when you have prior knowledge that you know and that is familiar to you, and you layer new information on top of it, that actually builds these richer semantic models that enable you to process and internalize the development learnings further. So how this really relates to personalization is that when you receive a personalized nudge, or if you're in an activity that really relates to something you're already familiar with and you already know, it builds that richer semantic model for you then to be able to better apply those learnings later on.
I was always fascinated by the research that Bloom conducted many decades ago already on personalized and one-on-one tutoring that was able to really solve what is called the 2 Sigma paradigm, which is the fact that one-on-one learning is 2 Sigma superior to average lecture style stage-on-stage learning.
Certainly.
And I think the advantage today is that, again, through AI, through technology, we can replicate one-on-one learning and leadership development at scale.
Yeah.
So I wonder, what are some of the newer tools that are actually accomplishing that?
In terms of one-on-one, we could definitely consider immersion. So it is an immersive experience where you're interacting with an AI-powered avatar, and of course you are in the power of your journey because the simulation constantly changes based on the behaviors that you're portraying. So the feedback that you're receiving, the consequences that you're getting are all tailored to your behaviors and your actions. And then in terms of AI, in terms of gamification and making that more personalized to you, a name that comes to mind is Centrical. So the way that they design these games, to your point, is in line with the interests of the user, and they constantly keep you engaged through this adaptive approach that understands you, that constantly makes sure that you're engaged.
Second direction for the future of leadership development, from one size fits all to personalized and supported by AI.